Hey y'all! Oh my gosh, hey, it's so good to be back and be here with you guys. Welcome and welcome back to The Real Talk with Kas.
And Kai.
And this is episode 2. Sorry. Skirt! Season 2, episode 4. Okay, it is February 18th. That is a Sunday, 2024. And today we're going to be talking about a super relatable and I think relevant topic that just, kind of rolls with us through time, right? So it's kind of timeless and classic, and that is parenting through the ages. We're super excited to talk about this because this was highly requested from some of our Vibe Tribe. And again, I think it's very relatable and very relevant because it's something that we all can kind of have some type of point of view about, right? So we're going to be sharing our point of view as a mom and a son, multi-generational and multicultural background or point of view. So let's get into it.
So, Mom, what is parenting through the generations mean for you?
That's good. So parenting,
I'm letting you start off only because like you're the parent. So.
Oh, he's so sweet. Wow.
Sorry.
So parenting through the generations to me, I think it would kind of be like a question. Like I would ask, like just how you did to somebody else, like what does that mean to you? Because I think that would be based off of that person's beliefs, their environment, and I think culture has a lot to do with it. And I think that's something that just about our podcast is super unique, that we come from a multi-generational and multicultural point of view or background. So that's a very broad and different maybe way of thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So parenting through the generations would mean having a clear kind of I wouldn't say standards, because definitely as a parent now to a grown man, young man, and to a growing young man who is about to be 13, I would say that having a strong just belief system or kind of core principles, right, that you do raise your children in is very important to have to kind of nurture, sustain, and like keep traditions going and those beliefs. And we've talked about it on past episodes how like technology, for instance, could be a gift and a curse. And so I think that is the same in parenting through the generations, is that as we go through and acquire like new forms of technology and just like things that previous generations really couldn't fathom that we would actually be living and a chance to see in our generations today. I think they would want to have things that are just kind of foundational in parenting and parenting through the generations. So I don't know. That was like a long-winded way of saying that, but I hope that makes sense.
I mean, that's your answer. So
yeah. What about you?
I mean, my answer is kind of different in a way, because I don't parent.
You have parents, but you're not a parent, right? So,
I don't know. I mean, just seeing, like, you have all the different generations. You have my generation, then you have my little brother's generation. He's, like, the new gen. I'm, like, Gen Z. My mom, she's, like, millennial / Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, like, your grandparents. They're, like, Gen X or, like, baby boomers and stuff like that.
Right.
I just think there's a lot of stuff that go into it. Like, there's the black households. There's the Hispanic households. There's the Asian households. There's the white households. There's just so many aspects.
So you agree that cultural background has a lot to do with, like, parenting through the generations?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because being in a black and Asian household, I've seen both sides. Good and bad. I mean, that's just life.
Okay, can I say something before I lose it? Just on that? Because, so, if y'all follow us, Vibe Tribe, especially, like, and if y'all are new here and you're just checking out some of our, like, even socials, like on TikTok, right? We have a lot of, like, skits and stuff. So we recently, I know you guys have seen these, like, I'm from the Bay. I'm Filipino. I saw one, I'm Blaxican, Black and Mexican. And so I saw one, the first one that I saw was, I'm Blasian, blah, 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 right? And so we're actually Blasian, fun fact. So we did that skit, and we did it like a couple weeks ago. So like yesterday I was like, hey Kai, like when are you gonna post that? Like that's such good content, and we want to post that before like that trend is not like, so popular. And he's like, I don't know, like it's just that one part of the skit where it's like, I'm Blasian, like both sides of my family beat my ass. Like,
I was just nervous. I don't know. I didn't want people to think like relates. I didn't want people to think of it like a bad way, and then
I appreciate that. So, like, and you don't want them to be looking at us any type of way. But that's really honest, and that's something about parenting that is very that would resonate, I think, with a lot of people. But it's such a like gray area as to like what's the right way to go. And that is, I bring that up to say that my response to that was like, who cares what anybody thinks, right? But also, there are some skits that we've done and that are just not posted, or that I've even went back to Kai and been like, ooh, maybe we should erase that, because me as the mom, right, I'm like, I don't want anybody to look at it like kind of cringe, because I am still a mom. Even though I'm a millennial, a lot of people don't even believe I'm his mom. You know what I mean? But it's that, like, my first response when he had said that to me, and I was like, why haven't you posted it? And it was like, just, why do you care about what people think? So I think that's one of those parenting through the generational, like foundational things that I would say that I would want to teach my kids, is to not care what people think. Because even to do something like this, or even on social media every day, maybe people are not so conscious or intentional about every post, but if you really think about it, you should be kind of intentional about what you post, right? Not in the way that you should care about what people think or how many likes or comments or if it's going to go viral or not. You should really just care about what you're putting out there and that you feel good about it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of those foundational things. Like, what do you guys think about that? As how I said that one of the foundational things that I would teach, or I would include as a part of parenting, is to teach my kids and future generations to not care what people think.
I was going to say, also, with parenting, there's no handbook. Like, there's no handbook. I don't know. I really don't have no say on, like, parenting-wise or anything. I mean, I'm still a child.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
A kid. I'm a kid of a mom, so, I mean.
Well, in that respect, though, because we have a lot of people who are in your age range and even younger or even older than my generation, right? So their point of view might not necessarily be the same because they are not parents, or maybe they're even parents, but in a different season where they have grown children, right? And things like that. So what would you say are some of like the main things, like how I said to teach your kids not to care what other people think? Like, what do you think are some foundational things that you would want to, even if you don't have kids, or if that's not, you know what I mean? Because not everybody wants to have kids too. Or they're just not in a space to really be like, I don't know how to answer that because I'm not a parent. It's like, you don't have to be. What would you say, even just for future generations? Because you have younger siblings and things like that.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying, yeah, I would just say, what she said and just not care. Like, just, I would say, look at the world with open eyes and just, I don't know. It's kind of like there's so many things like don't care what people say, treat others the way you want to be treated, like the necessities like that.
So those are some of the main ones.
Yeah, just treat everybody the way you want to be treated, respect others, and yeah. It's weird. It's like, I don't know.
Okay, can we really talk about it? Can we really talk about it? Because I do have people that have reached out to me and asked questions like this because they are newer parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're young. So, and I think that's really honest. So I want to speak to that too. How do you feel about when we're talking about parenting through the generations? You know, obviously, one thing that I've seen through the generations and parenting is how much sexuality is just normalized now. And obviously, I think it goes without saying if we're talking about parenting through the generations, previous generations, like my parents, there just wasn't like a platform or a place to talk about like sexuality and things like that. So, do you think that parents in the newer generations and as we move forward in the future that they should kind of incorporate into their like foundational parenting, like those things that are really, really foundational for them? You know what I mean? Like now, like I say, when I see like young parents, young moms now, I'm like, wow, I just feel for them because those are like the social topics and just things that are going on that I'm like, I don't wish to have a kid right now in this generation, you know, because it's like do you have those conversations with your kids about pronouns and things like that? Like, when's too early?
I think I think a kid will have their own mindset, and I don't know how the parent's going to be. I mean, it would be different if the kid were to come to the parent and, like, told them, then that's different because the kid is making they're making up their own mind because they're their own person. But at the same time, I mean, it's not necessarily the parents, like, they're not expected to do that in a way. Like, I mean, the kid is gonna, in today's society, social media is everything. So, I mean, the kid's gonna, find out what he and she or they and them are just, everyone's gonna develop into their own person, and then along that time frame of them developing into their own person, they're gonna figure that out, and then hopefully the parent will, I don't know, understand or at least open their eyes to try to understand how their kid feels. That's good. Why they want to be who they are.
I mean, that's really honest. I think that's good. So basically, I would say, like, maybe to paraphrase that is like you're saying that there's really no age or specific, because it doesn't come with a handbook. So there's no age or anything. It's kind of like the best thing that you
could figure out who they will be when the time is right, basically.
Right. And also that the parent, all they can do is not try and control that, but just leave a open, safe place for that communication if that were to, if that time were to come. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's really good. That's really good because let's be honest, like, I've heard there's different states where they're really talking about totally, like, taking parents' rights away to the point where, like, kids can go to school and get vaccines and have whole transitions to the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, let's talk about it. Like, how do we feel about that? Do you guys feel like there's a specific age for that?
I just think when the kid comes of age, and once they feel like they're ready, they'll probably talk to there's always multiple sources, but I feel like the main source that they should go to is their parent to talk
Yeah,
about how
definitely.
they're feeling and what they want to do and see what they can do to help that.
I think as a parent, I think just the saddest thing about that, what I mentioned is just that to have, as a parent, to have your rights stripped or just to kind of be the first responder. Huh? Okay.
So then tell him to like. No, I'm just saying so he can go help her.
I already told her that it was unlocked and that we were recording.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just cut this part out. Anyways, yeah, as she was saying, she was just saying she just feels as if, yeah, there's just the parents' right to,
Sorry, I was like,
get
am
some
I saying too
understanding.
much? Or,
No.
like we honestly, people do reach out. Younger parents, I've had people reach out to me and just kind of ask, because they're kind of like looking into the future and just being aware of social issues and that these kind of conversations can come up, and especially too being a single parent on top of it, and there's all kind of dynamics that come into play. Are you a woman? Are you multicultural? What was your experience? What's your current relationship with your parents? There's all kind of things that come into place. And I think basically, like you said, it boils down to just leaving and or creating a safe space for them to talk
For
to
the
you when these
child.
things do come, because you do want to be a first responder. And the problem with if these type of bills and laws were to pass that totally take a lot of rights of the parent away is that you don't have the chance to be the first responder, right? That connection is kind of taken away. And I think that's really uncool, not cool. And the best response, I would say, as a parent is, like we said, again, just to create the safest space. Just sharing a little bit of our story. We've had uncomfortable conversations, and I felt like it was a lot earlier than I would have anticipated having these conversations, and we dealt with them as those steps arose. And I think that we did a good job just navigating through it,
Mm-hmm.
Some things I did express to him. It was too soon to be having those type of conversations, and just to kind of redirect, because that, for me, in my opinion, and I think that's what a lot of what parenting is just the redirection, the refocusing, keeping the main thing, and then, and those conversations, they do wrap around at a different, more divine and better timing. And I think we were both in a better space to kind of navigate through them. And it's helped us to get to just a more transparent place where we can, there's things that we just agree to disagree on. And it will always kind of be like that, probably, because I'm mom and that's my baby big son. So, period, no matter. So, what
Not
else
no
do you
baby.
think about that? So, if I hear you correctly, your takeaway and your feedback for our topic, parenting through the generations, is just to focus on that dynamic and making it a safe place.
Yeah, the kid is gonna feel
The kid
how
is
they
gonna
feel. The kid is gonna do what the kid does. Just the parent to be there for the kid,
Right.
even if they may not like it. At least show some kind of loving, nurturing way.
And I hope that when we're talking about parenting through the generations, I hope that although I think that now parenting in today's generation is a lot harder because of all the social issues that can come up, all the different hats that we have to wear, the fact that most households are single parent households, all those things. I think the best response I heard the other day is that if you can't fix it, highlight it. And that was something, that was a nugget that I heard when I was looking into just growing organically on social media. But my favorite saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I was like, man, that's so true with that saying, right? And I really been thinking about that kind of like in every area of my life, that if you can't fix it, highlight it. And that's kind of what I was going to say, is that all the things that we have to deal with that I think are harder, as challenging as parenting can be in today's generations, I think that we can actually use those to our benefit by just helping us to get better as people in parenting through the generations, right? And I think that, like how I mentioned, that having a open line of communication, but still that underlying just respect for the dynamic of mom and son and all that entails for us, is that
or just anybody, mom and daughter,
anyone, yeah, I'm just speaking for us, is that there's just a better way, there's always a better way that you could do it, especially if you're just trying to not seek to be accepted, but just to get some understanding. So that's why I said, we've had to agree to disagree on some things, but being able to talk about it and really, kind of take the mom hat off a little bit and kind of just more of the empath, right? The understanding, because we're pretty much the same in those ways. So I think that's good. So hopefully that's what we can take with us through the parenting through the generations journey, is just getting better and taking those L's and turning them into winning things and lessons, not losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
more understanding.
Yeah, understanding, acceptance.
Yeah.
Just love. Like, even though that's not what I would do, you know what I mean? Opposed to some generations being like, I don't agree with it. I won't support it. I don't want to talk about it. Don't bring it up around me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Y'all feel me? So, and definitely, and that's in honor of and ode to our ancestors and Black History Month and Lunar New Year and all the great things, just love in the month of February. And we're still super excited about this year and all the things to come. We are coming back with a lot of intention. We want to have fun, but we want to do that with an intention of purpose with the conversations that we're having. And we really want you guys to reach out and connect with us and tap into these conversations, get into it. Let us know what you guys want to hear, and let us know a little bit about yourself and your stories.
And just join the Vibe Tribe.
Join the Vibe Tribe, for real. Tell a friend to tell a friend that it's real, and it's a vibe over here.
Before
and likes. True, because if you know, you know. Like,
too, but you guys get the point.
Yes. So, anything else?
No. Next month we have we're gonna go see a very special someone. We went ahead and got our tickets to go see Mariah the Scientist on March 17th. So if you're going to be there, say hi.
Say hi for sure. Santa Ana, the observatory.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. So we're probably...
Jinx.
I probably won't be drinking, but like, I don't know. Who knows?
I'm not. I'm driving. So
I might. I don't know. I can't. Whatever. Yeah, I get my races off next month. There's I start the second trimester of school, second semester of college. My birthday's in
Trimester's
April.
good too. I feel you.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's coming up in the next 2-3 months.
Yes. We've posted some mini vlogs. We are editing and about to launch some vlogs on our channel. And like I said, we're just super excited about creating content and being fun and intentional and relatable with you guys. And we just hope to vibe tribe to the world and just grow exponentially and get to know you guys. Super excited. Anything else? That's all for me.
That's all for me. I don't know. Got nothing else to say.
Well, thank you guys so much for tapping in. It's so good to be back. And we just send you guys so much love and blessings. And definitely tell a friend to tap in because it's real over here. It's always a vibe. Join the Vibe Tribe and like, comment, subscribe, share. And let's just connect, y'all. So Vibe Tribe to the world. Have a blessed one. Until next time. Bye.